I don't know what I'm doing this week. I can't think. Oh, on Monday. Whoa.
Oh,
And I went, what? So I'm going, whoa. But
bonus.
yeah, so I was quite chuffed. So I was going, oh my gosh, that's amazing.
So what do you got on tap for this week?
Tap? Sorry,
On
what?
tap.
What am
You
I
know that
doing? You mean?
expression? What do you got on tap? It's for
Tap.
like beer. What do you have
Yeah,
on tap?
tap. What you doing?
In other words,
Yeah.
the on tap changes. So what are you doing is the expression because, we change.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing this week. I can't think. Oh, on Monday. Whoa.
Oh,
Couple of days ago, um, I woke up quite early in the morning and on my phone it had a notification on my bank and I'd had a payment from Sykes, the management agency that had been controlling, that is managing the house in Swindon, with a payment of £2,200. And I went, what? I didn't expect that much. I really did not expect that much money because this was for May. Because they pay it me the following. So that I didn't think it was occupied that much in May. So so it's been almost fully occupied from the 2nd of June to the 29th of June. So I should be getting similarly next month. So I'm going, whoa. But
bonus.
yeah, so I was quite chuffed that I'd actually got for the first, that's almost the first, it is the first payment that I've had in there from this management agency since before October when we actually had to shut the house in October.
Yeah.
So, so I was going, oh my gosh, that's amazing. £2,200, yay, type thing. If you know
That
what I
is a
mean.
good, nice chunk of change.
Yeah.
I think that's like, wow, that's fantastic.
Oh, I'm well chuffed. We've got people moving in on Monday. We've got people moving out on the 29th, which is Monday morning. And then they've booked somebody to move in Monday afternoon. So for 4 nights. So I've been in touch with the cleaner just to I'm still touching base with them because they're still in its infancy with this particular management agency. So I just want to make sure that everything happens as it should. But she was already on the ball with it. They're going in on Monday to clean it through, change the bed linen. Um, but I'm going over there Monday because when they took over the cleaning, when they started doing the cleaning of the house, we'd actually made up all of the beds with my linen, our linen. But what we've decided to do is what they do is they um they rent linen from a company who actually does the laundering of it. So if they'd have just been using my linen, then they'd have to make sure that it was my linen that came back. Whereas if it's rented, it doesn't matter what linen they send back, if you know what I mean, because it's rented from them and
Yeah.
laundered. But because this is the first time that they've done a swap over from my linen, so my linen has gone to be laundered, and that should be coming back on Monday. But they will also be getting a new set of linen, which is rented, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. So I'm going over on Monday to collect my linen. And
Oh,
that's where I was trying to get to because they don't need it.
right.
It doesn't need to be there. And so I can bring it back and put it in my shipping container with all the rest of the linen that I've got here.
Yeah.
And then we can decide what to do with it another day, sort of thing. But so I'm going over Monday lunchtime to collect my linen.
Okay.
But then we've got people coming in. So I'm really quite chuffed actually that we've
So
actually got
what's
some
in
linen.
the place? What's in the place? Is that mostly yours or is that or some your sisters or
No, oh, that's interesting. Um, that's in- right. What the main dining room table and chairs is actually from my grandmother, which was my mother's mother. It's
okay.
an oak table and chairs So it's got to be 1920s, it's got to be over 100 years old. It's a
Okay.
lovely table. Well, that will come here. Once we sold the house, it'll come to the shipping container here because my sister's got no means of having any of it. The other furniture that's in the house, the beds and the settee,
Yeah.
we've bought in because we emptied it of all of my parents' furniture.
Yeah.
Except well, one of the chairs in the sun lounge, or two of the chairs in the sun, soft, comfy chairs in the sun lounge are
Yeah.
from my parents. Um, but that's it. I've bought in even, like coffee tables, and we were given the telly by, Ellen, who wrote the book, Ellen Watts. They wanted to get rid of their telly, so they gave it to me. So that telly's there. Uh, the fridge is mine. The freezer was mum's. The washing
So
machine is a new one.
basically, most of the stuff when you sell
Is ours.
will be yours and it's going to go into your,
Well, it'll have to come here because it can't go.
even if it isn't yours, it will come there anyway. Okay.
Yes, yeah. And it's not a lot, you see, because we've minimalized it. So
Yeah.
literally, there's two leather settees, there's a couple of nests of coffee tables, there's this dining room, this oak table.
Yeah.
There's another table that's in the sun lounge, which is actually mine, chairs and tables in the sun lounge. Um,
The
and then
beds?
we've got five beds upstairs,
Five. Woo.
single beds,
Yeah.
um, 3 foot wide beds, because they are Ziploc, so you can make them into a double bed or keep them as two singles.
Yeah.
So there's five of those upstairs, um, and also the bedside tables, and there's
Right.
a wardrobe in the front bedroom. But that's about it. See, it's minimal. It's
Yeah.
very minimal. What is there? There's a mirror on the landing, a freestanding mirror.
Would all that take up, how big is your container? Like, what's the size of a container, a shipping container? They must be massive.
Well, mine, both of them, and my son's, they are 40 feet by 10 foot.
What?
There's a 40-foot shipping container. Yeah.
Wow.
Thing is, it's ironically, it's cheaper to buy a big one than it is to buy a smaller one.
Yeah.
If you went and bought a 10-foot or a 20-foot shipping container, there could be almost double, if not more, than a price of a 40-foot. The reason being is that most people don't have room for 40-foot shipping containers.
Obviously.
So they haven't got as good an open market for people to buy a 40-foot. So,
Yeah.
we actually had a discount on it because we bought two. Simon and Jessica bought one and I bought one, but Jessica bought them and I paid her for mine, sort of thing. And they were about 1,500, just under 1,500 each, just over plus VAT. So I think the two of them together was about £4,000.
Okay, but
Whereas,
that's still a hefty sum. Like that's close to yeah, it's about $7,500.
there you go.
So
Yeah.
that's still a decent, like, and it's about roughly the same price you would pay in Canada. The
Right.
small
Yeah.
one's probably, I think it's about 1,800, almost, almost $2,000, and it goes up to $7,000.
In the smaller ones can be sort of £3,000 or £4,000
Yeah.
in here, over
So a
here.
small one is that, like, for us, a small one is
20 foot.
20 foot, and then
Yeah.
a large one is the 40 foot.
Yeah. 40
And
foot is
you
the
have
biggest.
how many 20 foot, 40 foots there? Two?
Three.
Three. And are they all beside each other, or are they like this or something? Or
One of them was here before. I got the one that was here already came from New Zealand actually. Did I
okay.
tell you? Um, somebody I used to know. They were coming back from New Zealand, wanted somewhere to put a shipping container.
Yeah.
I said to her, what do they want to do with it when they finished with it? And she said, oh, probably sell it. And I went, I know exactly where it can go, and it can go just there, which is where it is.
Okay.
Um, and then what we've done is the two shipping containers, the next two that we bought last year, uh, are so the one shipping container is sort of runs along the side of the road, sort of parallel to the road, and then the other shipping containers are sort of I keep saying behind, but you go further along the road, there's one there and one next. So we got two that are next to each
To
other,
each other behind the one, the
behind the
one
one
one.
that's
Okay.
that was already
So
there, and then I've got the
what's in
gate.
the one from New Zealand? Is it still got stuff from the person?
No, they
Oh,
they um they actually kept their stuff in it for about 3 years. They actually Dexter insisted on paying me £100 a month for it to be there. So I went, yeah, fine. They and so then
well, if you got to store your stuff somewhere, you're going to pay for it. So you might as well pay somebody you
yeah.
know.
Yeah, as I say, this one came from New Zealand and then they had it put there, which is where I wanted it. Um, as I say, they kept their stuff in it for 3 years until they'd been able to buy somewhere and then they emptied it. To be fair, we actually fell out over the price of it, but that's another story. That's irrelevant, really. So I bought it from them. Um, and in that shipping container, the rationale for buying it was when I started emptying the barn, or when I was going to
Yes.
empty the barn, it was
Yes.
going to go into that shipping container.
Okay.
That hasn't actually happened. What has happened is every time something comes up on Facebook for free, I go, oh, I'll have
You
that.
get it and you shove it in there.
So
So
I've got
you've been
two,
collecting stuff and putting it in there.
yes. So I've got two settees in there. I've got one, two, I think I've got three tables and chair sets. I had a load of kitchen equipment in here, which I didn't use. So I've moved the shelving that I had in here into there and I've put a load of stuff on that shelving. I did clear something out of the barn. I've got some plastic crates with yarn and that sort of stuff in it. And I sorted through all of that and I've put them in a stack. So all of my crafty stuff, sort of like my um, looms and spinning wheels and things like that are in there. I'm just trying to think what else is in there. It's full.
So you have do you have one or two or three containers that are like full at this point? Just one?
I've got one,
You have one
which is
full one
the one
and
from New
two
Zealand.
that
Not
are
quite full.
partially full, 10%, half percent, what, 50%?
Simon and Jessica's is theirs, and I don't know what they've
Okay.
got in it. And
Okay.
they've even put a padlock on it, but that's another story. That's up
Okay.
to them. I don't bother.
Okay.
But Simon has been bringing stuff over periodically and putting into their shipping container because, as you know, they're having their house done up in Newport, and
Yeah.
ultimately
Yeah.
that they want to bring all of their stuff here from that house because they're
Okay.
going to they're going to rent it out, but not furnished. So
Okay.
all of their furniture from there. So they're slowly bringing stuff because Jessica, when she moved out of her mother's house, she had to take all her stuff with her to this house in Newport. So
Okay.
all of that, and there's still a lot of stuff still boxed up, which is now Simon is slowly bringing over and putting in that shipping container. But I doubt there's very much in there. And then I think I told you last year, while the house was empty in Swindon, and by then I had the shipping container, I decided to actually empty out because we had stuff in the box room in Swindon,
Yes.
we had stuff
Yes.
in the attic and stuff in the garage.
Yeah.
So I decided that why not get in somebody to move all of that stuff, full stop. Anything that we didn't need in the house in Swindon
Yeah.
could come to the shipping container here.
Right.
What they did is they've actually boxed it up. So, like, they've written on the side of it, garage or
Yeah.
attic or
Yeah.
whatever,
So
box
you
room.
know where it came from. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
what I got them to do is actually put the boxes, so like all the stuff from the kitchen and the garage are down one side in blocks, and all the stuff from the attic is in down the other side. So the middle of the shipping container is empty completely.
Yeah.
Um,
But you have enough there to be able to bring all the beds, the tables, the
absolutely.
settee, and all the everything
Yeah,
from the house. You still have enough
like,
room in your container to put all the.
absolutely.
What are you gonna do with all this? You know what? I just had this thought, Susan.
Go
What
on.
you got money now because you've been coming into it for a little bit now. You had some surprises.
Some money.
Why don't
Yes,
you pay two people to empty the barn in one shot for you? Get it done.
that would take forever. Absolutely. No,
Well,
that
how
is
much would you say you've emptied with your efforts with your friend that you've been doing slowly but surely? What would you say? What percentage of the barn do you say you've attacked?
I would say less than 20%.
But that's pretty good. That's not bad.
Yeah. Okay.
20%,
Yeah.
that's 1/5 of the whole there. That's pretty good.
That's sort of what I'm thinking because we've done a bit of one bit and then we've
Yeah.
done sort of a bit of the main.
Okay.
In
So
fact,
why do
a
you
lot
say it
of
would take forever if it's not really taking you that long to get 20% done? To be honest, you're only doing it once, whatever. And how many
we
hours are
haven't
you doing it?
we were doing about 1 hour a fortnight and we haven't done any for a few months now
Okay,
because
so in total, you've done how many hours do you think?
oh, probably
Have you done
about
10 or 20 hours worth?
no, less than 10, I think.
There you go. So this is what I'm saying. If it
Yeah.
took you 10 hours to do 20%, I
But
mean,
there's a lot in there that needs a decision making on it. I think
okay,
that's
but so
my
what you do
problem.
is you hire two people, they come for a week, every
Uh,
day for a week. You stand there and you say, container, garbage, container, garbage. Put that aside, leave it there, it's getting sold.
What we did in the house in Swindon, where after Mum had died, um, we would spend like a weekend there once a month type of thing. My brother, my sister, and myself, and we literally almost did what you just said. It would be rubbish,
Keep,
charity shop,
yeah,
keep,
yeah,
make a decision later.
yeah,
So it was sort of,
exactly. Yeah,
and my brother would take it all to the tip, the local tip in Swindon.
yeah,
Um, and he probably, Mum collected bags like they, well, I suppose I do as well. So she had a lot of bags and, or even the rubbish bags that you get, the black bin liners. Um, and I think my brother took something like 100 bags of rubbish
yeah,
to the tip.
yeah,
I think we put something like 25 to 30 bags of my mother's clothes
yeah,
that went to the
yeah, yeah,
charity shop.
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
And then there was, but and then we were trying to get rid of the furniture as well that we didn't want. We
Yeah,
sold some, but most of it we gave away to charities.
yeah.
And some of the charities are really fussy. There was one we had
Yeah, they are. That's why I say after a while you don't even bother with that shit because yeah, they get so fussy. It's like,
mm,
what do you want? You're getting this for free, man. Like, you give me a
yeah,
break. But
yeah,
that's why we have this thing. My girlfriend used it actually. And it was really I'd heard of it, but obviously never thought about it. But it
mm,
was smart in the thinking of that why she used it. When her mother, she moved out of her home. Her
mm,
mother had a, full home, whatever. And then
yeah,
she obviously started to get some dementia and whatever. So she had to go into a home. She's still in a home today, but in more Ontario now. So they moved out of Quebec and took
Mm.
her because my friend she sold her place here. She moved, she
Yeah,
bought a home in Toronto, and then she brought her mother with her, and her mother is in a home in that neighborhood as opposed to being
right.
here in Quebec.
Fair enough.
But
Yeah,
she had to basically go, and because her mother's mind is nowhere to be found, um, yeah, unfortunately, but she had to go and deal with the house. So she
yeah,
called me because it was here. Her mother's house
yeah.
is here, and she said to me, "Oh, I'm at my mom's. I'm trying to empty my mom's house, and blah blah blah. Do you want to come meet me? Can I, whatever?" I said, "I'll come help you, or I'll at least come and do some stuff for you." So,
Mm.
she was taking like the good linens, the some dishes, some mementos, but there
Yeah,
was boatloads of stuff in that house. Like, I mean, boatloads. And
yeah.
she wasn't going to take any of the furniture, any of the things. Like, I mean, downstairs they had like a bar with all these old bottles, like, that, when you go on a vacation and you come back with a bottle of rum, like there must have been like, I don't know, 50 or 100 bottles. It's all kinds of stuff that you collect. You just don't realize that
Yeah,
you collect it.
yeah,
And I said, well, you're going to have that stuff that she boxed up in, a 3-day period and have it shipped to her house in Toronto because she has a big house, so she can put it in her storage basically
yeah,
there.
yeah.
And I said, and what do you do with the rest? She goes, well, there's this company called Got Junk,
Okay.
and they come to your house and they literally empty the whole friggin' place. They'll take it all. Now, whether they give some of it to charity, they sell some of it, whatever they do, it's like that's up to them, but they literally will come and take
Okay.
almost everything. There's certain things that they don't take, like they obviously don't take the alcohol and
Yeah.
or things like that. So what I did was I went downstairs to that bar and I opened all the bottles and I poured them all down the sink so that they could take all the glass because they would take the glass bottles out.
Yeah. Yeah. So did she have to pay them, or was it just they'll come and
No,
take it
you
and
you
they could
pay them, obviously. I don't know how much
pay
they
them
cost,
through
but
it
I
and
mean,
maybe
they'll take your mattresses, they'll take you know what I'm saying. It's
yeah.
it's called 1-800 got junk. Okay.
Right.
Basically, it can range anywhere from, let's say, 100 and 150 to $800.
Yeah, depending what
Okay.
they take.
But they say an average cost is 250 to 600, depending on how much junk you got.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they charge it by truck volume, I think.
Actually, my friend, her husband has just done that with they had a garden shed with stuff in it, and she didn't really know why he was doing it. I mean, they're in the process of getting divorced, so he got these people in to take the shed and the stuff, and she was going, why? Because she had to take stuff out of the shed that
Yeah.
she wanted to keep, which she's now had to put a tarpaulin over the top of because he's had the shed taken away. But
Yeah.
that cost him £600.
Okay, well, 600 pounds, I mean, I don't know who charged that, but okay, let's put it this way.
But they did it
If
by the
if
volume.
you
Yeah.
if you in this country had what they call 1/8 of a truckload, that's the
Yeah.
minimum. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you have, small items or trash bags or stuff like that, that
Mm.
starts at say $130. Okay.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
quarter of a truckload goes from 200 to 400. A half a truckload is 3 to 600. Three
Yeah.
quarters of a truckload is 450 to 700, and a full truckload is 600 to $1,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you got one or two or three truckloads, now you're at 3 grand. But I mean, to fill a truckload, I mean, these are big trucks. It's not, I don't think it's like a moving van that they come with,
Mm.
right? So, I mean, I mean, they took out the treadmill, they took out the furniture, they took out
Yeah.
everything, you name it, the junk, the junk, the junk. There was tons of junk.
Yeah. You say that I have got some what I consider junk in the barn. Um, that I can't move because it's too. I've got a telly, an old. before we had these flat screens, we had big screens, but they were so deep as well. Yeah, I've got one of those. It's massive. I can't move it. I've got a tumble dryer in there that I don't use that I want to get rid of. I've got I've got a refrigerator, but I think it works. So I may not get rid of that. When we've sold the house in Swindon and I'm bringing all the furniture this way, I will then get somebody in to take this away and take those two items that I've just said about in the barn
Yeah.
away. And
Okay.
by then I might have some thought of what else they can take away, but don't know yet.
So going back to my idea,
Which
like
was,
you
oh,
could
paying
hire
somebody.
somebody to for the
I don't,
got junk and just say all of
I don't,
this. That's one truckload. There it is. Boom. Okay.
to be
I mean,
fair,
think about
for
it.
me,
600 Canadian dollars is not much. That's like, what is that? That's less than 300 pounds.
that would be very low on my priority list to spend money on
Okay.
because
But you could pay somebody and get it done in a jiffy. And getting it done in a jiffy then gives you the opportunity to say, because I still have money, how do I want to invest this money into the barn?
you like spending money, don't you?
No, but I'm saying you want to invest it in the barn so that you can get it to being able to make money, don't you? Isn't that the plan?
Okay. Yes, I guess so. However, having said earlier that I got £2,200 from Sykes for it being rented, my monthly bills are about £1,500.
Okay.
So that £2,000, £2,200 is a month's or just over a month's
Okay.
utilities.
Okay, but let's think of
So
it
I
this
can't
way.
say
Let's think of it this way. The very first thing you would do in the barn, I'm not talking turn it into this like,
mm,
house or whatever. Okay. You said what you wanted to do, what you would like to have people come in there and use it as a space for something, some kind of
that.
event or some kind of craft thing or whatever. Okay.
Yes.
And you told me once upon a time, it does not take that much space to do that. It wouldn't even be the whole barn anyway.
No, actually, the way I've got the barn set up, picture this. It's 40 foot wide
Okay.
and it's 5 bays long and each bay is 15 feet.
Holy free holies, it's big.
So it's 75 feet
Yeah.
long
Yeah.
and 40 foot wide.
Okay, it's freaking whopping big. So how much space are you going to use for the craft thing?
Okay, right. So 2 bays in.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, let's take it from the other direction. The area that is contained is 3 bays by the full width. So 40
Okay.
foot by 45 feet.
Okay.
Yeah. That has got cladding all the way round.
Okay.
So 2 bays coming toward me this way.
Yeah.
So we've got 30 foot by 40 foot
Yeah.
comes this way.
Yeah.
Halfway along the middle of that 2 bays, I've got a wall.
Okay.
So I've had it split into 20 foot by 20 foot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the 20 foot, as I look at it to the left, the 20 foot to the left is, and again, that's 30 foot toward the barn and 20 foot wide.
Yeah.
I've had a concrete floor put in there because we were going to have a shop
Yeah.
and a butchery. That was the
Okay. So is
intention.
this the portion you've been cleaning?
This is the portion that we did subsequently. We've done our last 2 sessions of cleaning have been in the bit that we call the butchery, which won't become a butchery, but we
It
call the
doesn't matter.
butchery
The point is, this is the area that will be the space that you're going to use for some kind of
craft work
craft
stuff.
revenue stream. Let's call
Stream.
it a revenue
Yeah.
stream.
What you're saying isn't such a bad idea because I could actually get the butchery bit cleared because Jan and I have done a good amount of that already.
Right, that's just a one portion of that
Yeah,
section,
so
right?
it's
So if you did
20 foot.
that, you'd at
Yeah.
least have a space for which you could
Thank you.
start right away and start making money from
Funny.
on a regular basis for the small investment of bringing people in to do. And you just sit there and
Exactly.
you and Jan can sit there and Jan too can say, garbage, this, that, garbage, there, but, and then you could sit and have your tea